everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming today and visiting with me. And for those of you who are new and just stopping in for the first time, thank you for visiting. My channel's name is Living in the Moment, and my name is Vicki. And today I'm going to be doing a little video for you, kind of a get to know me sort of a video, more things about me. I have a list, I have a chart here in front of me, 12 things, random things about me that I thought would be interesting to share with you. So that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight, is these 12 random things about me that you might need to know. And the first thing is, my favorite holiday is Valentine's Day. I've always loved the color pink, and red is the color of Valentine's Day. And I love seeing the red hearts at Valentine's Day. I love the flowers, the jewelry, the candy. I'm wearing a red top tonight that wasn't planned. It was just the top that I picked out. I've just always enjoyed Valentine's Day. It's the day of love and romance and special times and stuff. Although I don't have anyone special in my life at this time, I still enjoy sending out Valentine's cards to special people in my life and giving candy treats to some special people. Valentine's Day is, in my opinion, the best holiday of the year. And the second thing you might need to know about me is my favorite color is actually green. Now, I do like pink, and as I mentioned, I like red. But I love the color green because it's fresh and bright. It reminds me of springtime when flowers are blooming and trees are starting to bud out after the long cold winter. The grass is coming up, and the smell of freshly mowed grass. I think it's a very pretty color. It's a very pretty color of nature, natural things. There's lots of different shades of it, like Kelly green and emerald green. And by the way, green is the color of my birthstone, which is an emerald, because I was born in May. And my very first job that I ever did was being a waitress. Now, I did do a video on here where I talked about 10 different jobs that I had. And I think I had mentioned in there that I did it. My first job was a waitress. It was a very small little cafe out on the, it wasn't really interstate. It was kind of a small highway. And I think I was like 16 or 17 years old. I had never worked before in my life except for babysitting my brothers and sisters. So being a waitress was something new for me, and I wasn't very good at it, and I didn't really enjoy it, and probably still don't even enjoy it to this day. But that was my very first job. And the fourth thing that I want you to know about me, my middle name is Lynn, and it's spelled Lynn. I had always wished that my mom had named me Victoria and spelled my middle name with an E on it, because I thought that sounded really elegant and fabulous and fancy sounding. Victoria Lynn with an E on the Lynn. But she didn't. She just named me plain Vicky with a Lynn and no E. And the fifth thing that I'd like to share with you to know about me is my favorite candy bar is the Three Musketeers. Now, basically, the reason I like the Three Musketeers, it's a soft, chewy candy. It's easy to eat, but I also like it because if you get this candy bar and you get that candy bar, the Three Musketeers is always bigger. If they're the same price, you're getting more candy value for the money, and y'all know how I love the value of getting more ounces for the same price. So that's why I like the Three Musketeers. I especially love to buy those Three Musketeers, the family size, you know, the really big, or the king size, which is actually 2 Three Musketeers in one package. And the sixth thing I'd like for you to know about me is I don't like to camp. I really don't. I've never been the outdoorsy type of a girl. I've kind of been a homebody. I've enjoyed staying inside and reading and watching TV and movies and stuff like that. Camping, I've tried camping like 3, maybe 4 times in my life, and I just really didn't enjoy it. Now, my ideal of camping would be to go to the lake and rent a cabin inside, or go to a lake and rent a cottage, like a lodge where you have all the amenities and everything you like. But sleeping in the back of a pickup truck on a fold out lawn chair, which is what I did. It was one of those sunbathing lawn chairs like they had back in the 70s and 80s, or sleeping in a tent. To me, it's just not enjoyable. I know a lot of people get into that kind of thing, and that's fine. Everybody's got their likes. A lot of people probably don't like to read and watch the kind of TV programs I do. That's what makes the world go around and makes everything different, is people have different degrees of what they enjoy. If we were all the same, like robots, liking the same thing, it wouldn't be a fun world. So that's one of the things that I just don't care about. If you're a camper, more power to you, but it's just not my thing. And the seventh thing that I'd like for you to know about me is I know how to fold a fitted sheet perfectly. Now, I know a lot of people have trouble with that, and they basically just take it like this and roll it up and cram it in the cupboard. But I learned a long time ago how to fold a fitted sheet from an article that I saw in my mother's, I think it was a Good Housekeeping or Family Circle magazine. There was an article in there that showed you step by step how to fold a fitted sheet. And at one time, I had my own house cleaning business where I would do people's laundry, and I would strip the sheets off their bed and wash them and put them back. I would fold the ones that was washed and put them in the cabinet and put those back. And all the people that I worked for said they love the way I could fold their fitted sheets. I could get them down real small and compact to where they fit in their closet. Very nice. And the eighth thing that I thought was kind of interesting for you to know about me is I have twin brothers and twin uncles. Twins run in my side of the family. Now, I don't have any twins. I had one son. I didn't have any twins. So far, none of my brothers or sisters have. From what I understand, it skips a generation. So that means the grandkids of my brothers and sisters could possibly have twins. But I just thought that was kind of a neat thing. Twin brothers and twin uncles. And the next thing is I can roll my tongue. And I know right now a lot of you are wanting to see that done. But before I do it, now I will do it for you. I want to tell you, I had read somewhere that there's a certain percentage of the population that can do that. And a certain percentage of it, no matter how hard they try, they cannot roll their tongue. I'm one of the ones that can. So I know you're wanting to see it. So here it is. I'm not sticking my tongue out. I'm just showing you I can roll my tongue. And when I was younger, this is not on my list. I just thought of it. But when I was younger, I used to roll my eyelids up to freak my sister out. She would go screaming out of the room because I would flip my eyelids up and walk around like a zombie. It was just something fun I like to do. And the 10th thing that I want to tell you is I have a hole in my leg where I was bitten by a brown recluse spider. Now, this is something that happened pretty recently. It happened probably 3 or 4 years ago. The house that I lived in had a lot of spiders in it, and they weren't being sprayed on a regular basis. And I was getting ready to go to Sonic and get something, and I had a pair of sweatpants that was hanging up in the closet and a sweat hoodie that I hadn't been wearing at all. And I think what happened was, I think the spider was in the hoodie, and when I pulled it down over my head, the spider dropped out, and I pulled up my sweatpants, and somehow or another, when I pulled them up, I guess the spider was on my leg, and it trapped the spider inside the sweatpants, and he bit me right there on my thigh. I felt the pinch when he bit me, but I just thought it was like some scratchy fabric on the pants, the sweatpants. But while I was sitting there at Sonic waiting for them to bring me my food, it just kept itching and burning and scratching it. When I got home and I looked at it, I knew that it wasn't just from fabric. I ended up going to the doctor and having surgery on it twice to remove the dead skin where the spider had bit me. So now I do have a hole in my leg from the spider. Up until that point, I didn't have a problem with spiders. You know, I would step on them and kill them when I found them around, but they didn't freak me out that much. Now I can't hardly stand to look at a spider. And if I get somewhere where there's a spider at, I'm immediately running trying to find something to kill it, to get rid of it. And the 11th thing that I want to tell you is I don't like to travel at all. I like to get in the car and go where I have to be, get there as fast as I can, and be done with it. I'm not one of these kind of people that enjoy taking long drives and pulling over and looking at the scenery and then driving a little bit more. I just want to go and get to where I got to be and be done with it because I pretty much get car sick really bad. And I can travel okay for probably about an hour and a half. Anything over an hour and a half to 2 hours, I begin to get sick to the point where I can't even enjoy the trip. It's just not a pleasant thing for me to be traveling when I'm car sick. So I very rarely go much farther than an hour away because I don't like to be having that feeling of being sick. And the last thing that I want to tell you, this is something about my childhood. When I was young, I had warts really bad on my fingers. Now, I know the old stories, the old wives tell stories that when you play with frogs, you get warts because the frogs pee on you. My dad used to tell me that all the time. And I was a tomboy growing up, so I played with a lot of frogs and snakes and lizards and bugs and stuff like that. Probably even played with spiders at that time. Um, they didn't scare me. They didn't bother me. And I had a few frogs pee in my hands. I know now that warts are caused by a virus. Um, they were on my hands, my fingers. They were actually on my fingers around my knuckles tips so bad that in school, when we would play the games where you had to hold hands with the other kids, like Ring Around the Rosie, is that what it's called? And Red Rover. None of the other kids wanted to hold hands with me because I had warts on my fingers. Now, after a certain period of time, they went away. My mom used to put that compound W on them, and that would kind of take care of them for a little while, but they would come back. But after I reached a certain age, the warts stopped growing on my fingers, and I haven't had any problems with them since. It's just, I don't know. Nobody else in my family had them. None of my other brothers and sisters, just me. I'm the lucky one. But anyway, that is the 12 things that I wanted to tell you about me that I thought you might want to know so that you can get to know me a little better. Thank you so much today for stopping into my channel. Do the thumbs up if you enjoyed listening to this video. And y'all come back and see me any old time. Bye for now.